Welcome to Harness Up with Haste Draft Horses and Mules, where we talk all things related to these magnificent animals. From their history and uses to training and care, we cover it all. Join us as we chat with experts and enthusiasts in the field, share stories and tips, and explore the world of draft horses and mules. Whether you're a seasoned owner or just curious about these gentle giants, this podcast is for you. So harness up and join Haste Draft Horses and Mules for some lively discussions about these God-given creatures.
Howdy, folks. Stephen Haste here with Harness Up Podcast with Haste Draft Horses and Mules. How's everybody doing today? Guys, we're sitting here. I'm in my truck and they're in their home, and we're going to do a podcast for y'all. And these two on the other side of the screen here, I'm super excited to have on here. Jason and Alyssa, how are y'all doing?
Doing great, Stephen. How are you doing?
Doing awesome.
I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to have y'all on. I've wanted y'all to be on here for a while. I've been following y'all for about a year now since the video came out. It was about your mule, and it was Josie, the little app mule, I think.
Yep.
And it showed up on my screen, and I watched it, and I said, hey, this is cool. I'm going to follow these guys. And I've been following ever since.
Heck yeah, man. But that's such an honor when real, true, like horse and mule people like yourself follow us. It means the world to us. That's super cool.
Hey, y'all do a great job. Tell the folks about yourself a little bit, just about what you all do and everything.
Yeah, Alyssa, you want to start?
Oh, geez. Well, we run a YouTube channel. We started off as just kind of a way to journal our lives, but yeah, we've had horses. I've had horses my whole life, and Jason's had horses before we met, and then we ended up getting into mules because we love hunting and we love riding in the backcountry, and so mules just seem like the way to go. So we've really been enjoying the mules, and then have gotten into adopting a couple Mustangs and just generaling those, and that's been really fun too. So yeah, it's been a cool journey.
Yeah, and our YouTube channel is called Mountain Built, like MTN Built, and it's basically just about our lives in the mountains with our horses and mules. So thankfully for me, Alyssa is really good at editing, and I'm starting to pick up filming. So when we go out on our rides and hunts and stuff like that, we just pack a camera and just kind of document what we're up to and then upload it on YouTube. So that's what we're doing actually full time now, is packing a camera and running around with horses and mules.
Yeah.
That's a huge blessing.
It is. It really is. It's mind-blowing, Stephen. When you think about it, it's like, what an honor.
Yeah, it really is. Which you're doing what you love. You know, you love the horses and mules. But if you're like me, you know, I've been doing it so long now. Like, I took my first mule photo in 2007.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I never dreamed that I'd be doing this full time for a living, selling mules and horses. But it's so addictive. Like, when I leave the barn to come home with my SD cards, I don't know. It's just the feeling of popping that card in and seeing those mules and horses on that screen. It's addictive. Like, how good a shot did I get? Do you feel that way?
Yeah, definitely. And like we kind of started with our hunting channel more so than our horse channel. And yeah, it's like nowadays, I don't know, we've filmed hunts way before we ever had a YouTube, just because it was fun to look back on. And same with our horses and mules, just kind of filming the process and looking back like, oh wow, look how far this one's come and stuff like that. So we don't even know what it would be like to not film at this point. Like, it would feel weird to not have a camera and film, because we enjoy that part of it. We enjoy looking back. So it's not that big of a deal to lug a camera around for us.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you, Stephen. So when we sold our last house, we decided to invest some money in camera gear. And so we bought some good cameras. And now I enjoy taking photos so much. The video is a little bit tougher for me, and I'm learning and trying to capture those cool shots in video too. But with the photos, man, sometimes I feel like I've got a good one, and I'm like you get home and you want to pop it in and put it in Lightroom and you get it touched up and see what you got. It's really fun.
I love my camera.
Yeah.
I didn't get a camera until 2022. I just used my iPhone completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. And I thought
What'd
it
you
was
get?
great. I bought my first one was a Sony A6400.
Nice. Yep.
Yeah.
And then I've got one of the new A9 mirrorless Sony cameras.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
That's what we have too, is Sony mirrorless.
Yep.
I pack that thing with me everywhere I go. I love it. It's an addiction.
Yep. It's a good one to have.
Yeah, they're good cameras too. Like we've drug ours. I'm sure same with you, dust and dirt and rain and all that stuff. And man, it just keeps ticking away. So it seems like we really put them to the test, and that Sony brand seems to hold up really well for us. So,
Well, if you ever watched our videos and see my partner, Henry, he's destructive.
That's like me, kind of.
Yeah.
That camera has fell off a wagon many times already.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But it just keeps lasting. It is good equipment.
Yeah.
I've really, really enjoyed your all's Mustang stuff.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like a lot of times it could be kind of boring because it's a lot of the same thing over and over again, especially with this new one because she's pretty touchy, and so it's going to be a lot of repetition. And so we're trying to show the process without boring people too much. But I appreciate you saying that, because sometimes, you're like, I don't know if this is going to be interesting to people or helpful in any way or whatever, but we post it anyway and just hope that someone gets something out of it. So,
well,
I appreciate that.
Clyde's going to help you gentler a little bit, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's been in there helping out.
Yeah, Clyde's a good mule.
So how long have you had mules then?
Well, we've owned mules. Clyde was the first one we bought, and that was in 2021. I ended up having a little experience with mules prior to that, and that's what got me interested in them. But yeah, so 2021 we bought Clyde. He was a super green 3-year-old. He had 90 days on him and then sat for like 9 months before we bought him. And then we ended up buying Jason's mule Riata, and right after that, so like a month later.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, we're kind of new to the mule world, Stephen. She was raised with horses. I didn't get my first horse till after grad school. So I was like 23 or something like that when I got my first horse. And it quickly became a passion. And then we decided to both separately, before we got married, sell our horses and try and get squared away financially, paying off debt and stuff like that. And so then when we first got married, we didn't have any equines, no mules, no horses, nothing. And it felt like a big hole in our life, and as you could imagine, it's like once you have them and they're kind of in your blood, it's hard to be without them. And so we were constantly working towards, that was like the light at the end of the tunnel, was getting horses again. We thought horses. And then when we were getting closer to having things set up and paid off, and we were looking at, buying equines, we were thinking of horses first. But then, thank goodness, Alyssa was like, what do you think about maybe getting a mule and starting to look at mules, since we, like she said, we enjoy hunting and being in the mountains here in Idaho. And she's like, what do you think about mules? So then we kind of got the mule bug. We started looking into there's the Jake Clark mule sale, and they have their sale on YouTube. So we watch that, and just dream. We don't have that kind of money, but we just dream about those mules, and we got the bug. And so that's why we ended up getting Clyde and then my mule Riata. And I'm really thankful. I just love the mules.
Yeah.
Those 2 mules y'all got, they're excellent. I mean, you watch them on film, and you guys listening, check them out and watch them. They're super cool. I loved watching you do the roping and stuff down there with Ty in Arizona with Clyde. That was cool.
Yeah. Oh, Clyde, he had a little bit of buck to him when we first bought him. There for a while, I remember us going out on trail rides, and we're like, his mule was scared to death because she was handled pretty rough before we got her, and she was so scared of people. And then Clyde, at some point in the ride, he was going to fly up in the air, whether he was rearing or bucking or trying to bolt on you or something. And I remember us going on trail rides and being like, we got to do this because they need exposure to all this. But we're like, it's not fun at this point. It was like, we hope we make it back to the truck, and then after miles and miles and miles and a lot of work, they really, I feel like turn a corner just in the last couple of years. They both really become pretty darn dependable.
They have. Now, Stephen, we can go out and just enjoy the country, which for a couple of years, it was like you're very focused on like what your mule's up to, and is there a steep hill coming up that you need to be set up for, and stuff like that. But man, it is so nice to just go out and enjoy seeing the country, and we can pick spots a little more rugged and a little deeper on the map, for hunting and looking for shed antlers and stuff like that. And it's finally coming to fruition. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And old Clyde used to bolt anytime we'd see cows. And of course, we ride where there's summer leases everywhere, so you just run into cows all over the place. And so that was always a lot of fun. You never knew when you were riding over the hill and all of a sudden you're just 180 the other way because there's a cow. So anyway, we've taken him to a couple of Ty Evans, mulemanship, his cow working clinics, and man, that sure has helped him a lot, just getting him exposure in that kind of situation, where he can build his confidence. So, and yeah, for him to step up in that roped box and go after a cow, like that was big for him because he's pretty timid about them still. So
it was pretty cool, actually. I thought it was awesome. I tell you, I'm real excited for you to get started on that Josie mule more. That is one sharp creature.
Yeah. She's really cool. She's smart and she's pretty chill. Like she's really a cool little mule. I wish she was a little taller. That's the only thing, is she's just a little on the short side for us still, but she still has some growing to do. So I hope she gets big.
Yeah, we need her to get just a few more inches would be great. Yep. We're just praying that she'll grow a little.
If she don't, you'll just have to keep her and pack her.
That's what we
exactly
said.
Right.
Yeah, we're like, well, we'll just pack her.
She packed my elk out of the mountains this last fall. It was pretty cool. She did really good.
Yeah, she did really good.
Not all of it. She just packed 2 shoulders and the antlers. Yeah. And yeah, she did great.
I bet there ain't but one pack saddle in Casey County where I live, and that's in my barn.
Nice.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like where I came from too.
Yeah.
Where was you born and raised, Alyssa?
I was in Western Oregon, so the Willamette Valley of Oregon. And yeah, it's mostly sheep and grass seed, and there's not a whole lot of mountains around. There's some little foothills, but man, I don't think I knew anyone that packed when I grew up, and just never even thought about mules, honestly. I don't even know if I ever really saw a mule until I was in my mid-20s. So
I actually recorded the podcast with a boy from Oregon coming out actually this coming Saturday.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome.
A young boy from
Oregon.
From Bend.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Young PCRA bronc rider, 18 years old.
Nice.
Awesome. Nice.
PRCA, that's what it is.
Yep. Yeah.
He's a cool kid. I've been to Oregon a lot. Mules have took me to Oregon many times.
Yeah.
I've never felt so homesick in my whole life as what I was one time in Oregon. I was in the Dalles.
Oh, yeah.
And I stepped out of the motel one morning and looked. I wanted to go home.
That country by Portland will make anyone want to go home, Stephen.
It's the West is cool though. It's if you've lived east your whole life and you've never been to the West, you're killing yourself. You got to see it.
Yeah.
But home is where you make it. And I love going out west. My wife's from Montana. So we go a lot, I know I love the West. I'm there a lot, but crave to get back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different. It really is. But, and another thing I've also enjoyed on your all's channel, Rooster come out good, didn't he?
Oh gosh.
He's awesome. Yeah. He's really cool. Yeah.
He's a special Mustang. He's turning 4 this year. Why don't you tell him a little about Rooster?
That'd be cool.
He is a special one.
So we adopted Rooster actually 1 year ago, March 1st. I got to get the paperwork filled out so we can get him titled. But yeah, we adopted him from Litchfield, California. They have a facility there, and he came from the Twin Peaks herd management area, which is out of California. But man, they had like 900 horses available, and we narrowed it down to him. There's just something about him that we liked. And so we adopted him, and man, he came along pretty fast. It was, I think, I don't know, day 3, something like that. I had him haltered and he was leading around and stuff like that. So he's been really cool. And then he helped us pack out that bull. He packed the 2 hindquarters out, and he got a little tight a couple times, but he did really, really good. And him and Josie. So nothing like trying to pack green 3-year-olds, but it worked out all right. And yeah, he's been pretty easy. I took it pretty slow with him, starting him under saddle just because he is only a 3-year-old. And I wanted to make sure it was a good experience for him. And so, but man, now he's doing pretty good. He has quite a few breaks off when we're traveling with Ty and stuff like that. And just go out and get on him. And he so far has been really solid. So he's pretty awesome. We'll definitely start riding him more in the mountains this summer as he'll be 4 sometime probably in April is what they estimated, so he should be ready to go. And we just got him a new saddle that fits him a little better. He started getting real wide and outgrew the other one. So we're like, well, we better get him one that fits him a little better. So
he is a chunk, and he's built nice.
Yeah.
And those Mustangs are built, some of them are built just, man, they're hard to fit. They're really hard to fit. So yeah, it's been a challenge trying to find a good saddle for him. But
you know what I thought would be cool? Mustangs. They're Mustangs. They're wild Mustangs, but really they're just feral horses. They're a horse like any other horse.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever thought about doing this? Pull hair out of that Mustang and send it in to like Texas A&M to the lab.
Yep.
And see what it says.
Yeah. So we did that with Rooster.
Okay.
And there's a video on our channel there that with the results, but he was Turkmen, which is like a Kaltiki, ancestor there. And I don't know how accurate these tests are, but that was his number 3. His second one was quarter horse, which that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And then his top breed was Galcino pony, which, they're not really pony, but a Galcino, which is a very Spanish, type horse, which has actually had a lot of influence on quarter horses too. So, and he has a lot of that kind of Spanish look to him when he's loping around, especially when he's kind of feeling fresh, and so I could see that in him for sure, but not what I was expecting with those results.
He sure does. He's a beautiful horse.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
To me, the only thing a horse ever done, though, was made a mule. That's just the way I'm built in my mind.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just a mule person. I mean, we sell a lot of horses and mules, like I average like a team a day. And the horse teams, I don't have a connection. I just don't.
Yeah.
And the mules, I remember every one of them. I like to know where they go. I love them. It's just an addiction. You get attached to them, quick. They're so personable over a horse.
Yep.
They really are. There's a huge difference. Like Rooster's actually more mule-like. He's very, he really wants to connect with you. He wants to hang out with you. He's really, out of all the horses I've ever owned, he's the most, as far as like affectionate and just he's very mule-like. He likes the inside of his ears scratched. Like he's, yeah. But yeah, there's something about mules. Like you go out there and stand in a field full of horses and they might come up and check you out and whatever. Then they kind of do their own thing. And all those mules will just come over and they just want to hang out with you. I've never had a equine leave food to come hang out with you, but you get a mule and they're like, I don't know, they just want to be with you. So it's pretty cool.
Have you all ever done any driving? Have you ever drove horses?
Nope.
No, that's a big hole in our experience. None.
Don't get started. You'll get addicted.
Really? Is it pretty addicting?
Oh, it's fun. It's a blast. You need to come to our barbecue in October we have every year. Fly out and come to it. Come and stay a week with us and ride. You can bring your mules, whatever, and we drive teams every day. It's just a blast.
Oh, that'd be so fun to go watch that. That would be awesome. Is it on your place?
Yeah, it's right here at the barn. What it's kind of turned into, I thought it would be a ride like where we sold a lot of horses and stuff. But last year, it was a YouTube gathering.
No kidding.
It was. Like I had people fly in from California, drive in from Maine, New Hampshire, Canada to come visit. They watch us on YouTube.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
And it was crazy. Like they come up to you like they know you. That's the thing about this YouTube and these podcasts and stuff. People watch you from their end, but they feel like they're in your life and they know you.
Yep.
Like,
it's true.
Today, Carson, he's Henry's little boy. He's 4 years old. The lady that came today and bought a team, her and her husband from Michigan, came in. She got out of the vehicle this morning. Carson walks up to the barn door. She says, "Oh, Carson." He just looked at her and opened his arms up and ran and give her a hug.
Oh, that's awesome.
She never even met him. She just seen him on the videos.
Yeah.
It builds a major connection. Have you all been spotted a lot when you go out yet?
It's getting to be more and more. And first it was really weird, to be honest. Like the first time it really happened was at the Salmon Select sale. There's like a sale here in Salmon, Idaho, a mule sale. And we were there, and we've gone the last several years just to watch the whole thing. And so we were there and just looking at mules and walking around, and we were filming it and stuff. But we had several people come up, and we didn't know what to say because it's like we'd never had that experience, and it was so weird. But at the same time, it's such an honor that people actually feel like they know you and they take the time out of their day to sit down and like watch what you're up to and stuff. So it's really cool. At first, so we didn't know how to take it.
Well, you're the new TV stars now.
It's so weird. Yeah.
YouTube has took over live television.
Yep.
The old people here in our community, 70-year-old.
Yeah.
They sit and watch YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
That's what my folks do too. They're pushing 70, and that's what they do too. That's kind of all they watch. I think it might be. Oh, go ahead, Stephen.
My dad's 75. They watch you. They watch your off channel every time you put on a video.
Oh, yeah. No. What an honor.
Mom and dad sit and watch horse and mule channels. They watch like y'all and us and a handful of others, and they'll sit and watch them.
That's the coolest thing ever. When you said that, I thought you were going to say they watch YouTube, but that's what an honor that they actually watch our channel.
Well, a lot of people do. Like, our channels kind of run together, mine and yours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've got a thing called vidIQ. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, yeah. We use that.
Yep.
And they show who your people are, like, in your niche.
Yep.
And, like, your videos are recommending mine, and mine are recommending you because our titles are all mule, mule, mule,
Yeah.
So they kind of run together in that same niche,
Yep. We're a good company then. Yeah. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm surprised we didn't meet at the salmon sale because, I sold there in 2021, 2022.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we were there.
We were there
both years.
Both those years, I'm pretty sure.
We brought mules. The 2021, we brought 3 mules, and 2023, we brought 3 mules and 3 horses.
Oh, wow. Yep.
So,
awesome.
sure did.
Yep. That's kind of a fun sale to go to. I like watching like the mounted shooting and like the best of pen, and then of course the race up there is kind of fun to watch. I wouldn't do that with my mule, but it's fun to watch other people do it with theirs.
Well, we was in the race both times, lost bad. But we had a mule named Matilda. We had a mule named Matilda. We won the mounted shooting in 2022.
Oh,
cool.
That's awesome.
I've actually got the buckle in the barn there.
No way. That's awesome. Nice work.
Shout out to Mr. Fred Snook. Do you know Fred?
Well, we know who he is. We've never met him, though. Yeah.
Nice guy.
The only time I met him was just to pay my pen fee at the tie clinic, and that's all I've ever go, So,
Salmon's a cool little town.
It is. We love it up there. Yeah.
I enjoy it. Idaho's a beautiful state altogether.
It is. We love it here. We've been looking, we want to buy a place that has a little more acreage, but man, we do not want to leave this country. We love, like, we're close enough to our family in Oregon, but we're right in the middle of like public land, mountain country, and like this is just our kind of country. So we kind of narrowed our search for property to sticking around here.
Are you from Oregon too then, Jason?
Yeah. So we actually didn't meet when we were both living in Oregon, but we were both raised in Western Oregon. So I'm from a little south of her over there in the Willamette Valley as well.
All right. So Oregon folks, that's pretty cool. I like Oregon, but I couldn't live there.
We like Oregon too. Oregon is interesting because it's kind of divided along the Cascade Mountain Range. Like west of the Cascades, the weather is totally different. So you get a lot of like green and evergreens and stuff.
A lot of rain.
And a lot of rain. But Eastern Oregon's high desert. But the people are also different. Like there's good people on both sides. But we looked a little bit in Oregon for a property, and we only looked east of the Cascades. We're like, that's more our kind of country.
Yeah.
Aren't you all wanting to start like maybe a rescue or something I read or heard?
Yes. Yep. That would be our ultimate long-term goal, would be to have a property big enough that we can just adopt a handful of Mustangs and pick up a few mules and just work with them full time and then rehome them. I mean, if you had infinite property, it'd be great to just, keep them all, I guess, but we would love to rehome them. So like take, mules that maybe didn't get along with their owner, like my Riata mule, get them tuned up, trusting people and where they can have a good future, and then find them a good home. And then same thing with Mustangs. That's our long-term ultimate goal. It's hard to figure out the finances with that, but that's what we're moving towards.
Yeah, property's so high now.
Yeah, it is.
So high.
Yeah,
That's the hard part.
We feel blessed that we squeaked in right before COVID with our first home purchase together. So like, while we don't have our dream property, we barely squeaked into home ownership when it was still somewhat affordable. And then it just went through the roof and hasn't come back down. And so we were able to kind of leverage that first home purchase into this home purchase and then starting our mountain built business.
Yeah.
And so we lucked out. While we're always like wanting to progress, at the same time we're like, whew, thank goodness we got this place, because if we were just a year later, we wouldn't even be here.
Yeah, our old home that we bought in 2020, it just sold for 5 times almost what we paid for it.
Yep.
So, and I mean, we put some sweat equity into it and remodeled it a little bit, and I looked through the pictures and it didn't look like they had really done much with it, and I just was like, there's no way, there's no way.
We couldn't have bought it now. Yep.
Yeah.
So we were fortunate for sure.
COVID helped a lot of things. And it seriously helped the equine industry.
Oh,
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, for sure. Like, people see the value of, I think getting outside, and also there's a little piece of maybe self-sufficiency, like for you probably with driving and being able to work the fields without using a ton of diesel, or if you just enjoy that lifestyle. I think it opened people's eyes to that.
Oh, it sure did. And one other thing changed the horse industry too. Yellowstone.
Yeah,
it really did.
It changed like all the Western industry in total, so yeah.
Yellowstone actually drove the beaver market up. So for people who trap beavers, like cowboy hat sales went up so much that the beaver market came up also.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy, the trickle down from the Yellowstone effect.
I was at Road to the Horse over the last weekend.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Colt starting competition at the horse park in Lexington.
Yeah.
And I just sat back and kind of watched and stuff. Do you know how much money was spent there on Western clothing?
Oh, man, I can imagine.
Was it a lot?
It's unreal, the money people spend for that stuff. Yeah,
got to look the part.
I watched a guy pay, I don't know how much he paid. He bought all kinds of stuff, but the hats, beaver, you said beaver going up. The hat prices have went up majorly too.
Yeah, I bet.
I think I'll stick. I need to get you all one of my new hats. I'm going to have to send you all.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Heck yeah, we would represent that all day.
That is the Mule, the official Mule hat.
I love it. I would rock that all the time.
When I was young, I always seen old men growing up around here. And all the old men, they wore a hat that said Mule on it with a mule head.
That's cool.
Kind of like the same color hat. You got an old tan hat with a mule head.
Yeah.
And it said Mule. And I thought to myself, I'm going to recreate that hat and bring it back out.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I did. And since then, we've had a lot of them sold. They're doing really good. So
good.
Awesome.
Heck
I'll
yeah.
have to get your all's mailing. I'm going to send you some hats for sure.
We would appreciate that. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
You can wear one. I may send one for Ty. You give him one too for me.
Yep. Yeah. We'll give it to him. Heck yeah.
So you all have worked for him how long now, doing his editing and videoing?
Almost a year. I started kind of a little before Alyssa. She was still doing taxidermy when I hit the road and started taking photos and video with Ty. And yeah, for the last year, we were full-time on the road. I don't know when this comes out, but we'll, on our channel, we're going to talk about this a little bit more in depth. But we just switched from going full-time on the road with TS Mules to doing piecework for them. So our channel was definitely taking a hit. It was just a huge time commitment to be on the road, and then when we get home, be editing videos for another channel. So we had to take a little step back from that full time with TS Mules. But yeah, it was just about a year of full time traveling with him, and what an honor, man. His family's amazing.
They are.
And you'll know this more than anyone. The mule community is like the best people. And to get plugged into that community and get to travel around and meet people kind of all over the West that love their mules and want to work better with their mules, it was the coolest thing ever. And thankfully, we still get to do some of it, but we will be just going to select things now. We won't be going 100% all year with TS Mules.
Yes.
A lot of people think like running a YouTube channel and doing what you do is not a lot of work.
Oh, Lord. Just ask her. She does all our editing. It's like endless work.
Well, your all's voiceovers are excellent.
That's all her.
Thank you.
It sounds like something on National Geographic TV or something. Like they're really good. And that is a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And it's really like when people meet me in person, I'm very shy. Like I am very much an introvert. I'm very shy. I like hanging out with my horses and my animals, being up in the mountains, and like being around large groups of people is just not my thing. I'm getting better. Going with Ty helped out a lot too. But yeah, and I also had to go to like speech therapy when I was in elementary school. And so, yeah, if you would have told me that I was going to do voiceovers for like in front of basically thousands of people, I would have been like, no way, So that was definitely out of my comfort zone, and it's gotten easier as it's gone on. But going back and listening to some of my earlier ones, I'm like, yeah, that was not great. So
hey, it works. It's working. Something's working.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That's great. My YouTube channel, I use it for one thing. I use it as a platform to sell mules and horses.
Yeah.
To show people a video.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've tried to make it better. I wanted to start trying to get more consistent on uploads, but it's impossible because I got 6 horses I want to put on at one time. I want to sell them. I just dump them and put them on, but a lot of people don't understand that YouTube stuff. There's a lot more to it than just posting videos.
There is. It adds, like, we film projects around the house and stuff, and it adds a lot of like just general friction when you have to like make sure your SD cards are cleared, and not to get into the weeds, but it is definitely challenging. But for us, it has been super rewarding, like not only financially, but also like my nieces live over in Western Oregon and they get to watch Auntie Alyssa and Uncle Jason, and we get to look back and see how far Clyde and Riata have come. So it's, for us, it's been worth it. But yeah, it definitely is a lot of work too.
Yeah. Well, and like having vidIQ, it's like you're constantly thinking about like, oh, how do we get better? Or why didn't this work? And then you have a video that's a 10 of 10 and you're like, oh man, like why did no one watch that one? And so, yeah, it's like always continually trying to get better and figure out how to improve stuff. But
yeah, it's always on your mind.
The ones that you think won't do any good are the blow up ones.
It's true.
It's so true.
It's true.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And the ones you put like your heart and soul into and you're like, this one's going to be amazing. It's like sometimes they're middle of the road, whatever, and I'm like, oh man, like I really tried hard on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, you just got to keep posting and keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly
where it's
right.
at. That's where it's at. Just consistency.
Yeah.
And we're oh, sorry. Go ahead, Stephen.
So your plans for now moving forward, you're still going to do some Ty Evans stuff, but you're really going to focus on your channel and your business at home and rock and roll.
Yep, that's exactly right. We're like training wheels are off, and it's like we just got to hit the ground running now, because it's like we've always had, we haven't had a YouTube very long, but for a few years, we've always had another income that was kind of our main income. And so the Mountain Built YouTube channel was like kind of fun money, bonus money. And, and we've been so blessed and it's grown, but now it's all of it. That's like, we're paying the mortgage with it. We're paying for hay with it, like everything. So it's like, you feel a little weight with that. You're like, we better, like, I hope people keep watching because, this is paying our bills. So, but it's like a very privileged place to be, to where we can even take a swing at it and go for it. So, and this is like brand new. We haven't even announced it on our channel or anything. We haven't talked to anyone. It's like training wheels are off and it's all on us now. So here we go.
Yeah.
Now you have a second channel too.
Yeah. Yep.
Tell the folks about that a little bit.
Yeah. So the second channel is called Mountain Built Hunts. So Mountain MTN Built Hunts. And that's just, it started off as ways to share our adventures, specifically with like my dad and my brother back home in Oregon, And so anyway, we started filming our hunts, and that channel has actually done pretty well also. And it's become a passion. It's like really fun to try to piece together like a Western hunting experience and like tell the whole story through the camera and then have something good on the back end to look at. And so it's kind of, I would say that's kind of like a passion project type thing for us. And thankfully Alyssa's good at editing. So that's just basically hunting and like, shooting guns, archery, stuff like that. And actually, to rewind a little bit, it started off, everything was on one channel, but we thought it would be wise to separate the gun and hunting content on YouTube into its own silo in case there were like restrictions in the future. But we wanted to still share that side of our lives. So we just kind of siloed it off into the Mountain Built Hunts and then our more lifestyle and equine channel with just Mountain Built.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I hit it all.
Yeah. I mean, hunting's a big part of why we got mules and, why we have equines, because that was kind of the dream, to use them to help us get into places that maybe were, not too far to walk, but, it takes a lot of time and energy to get up there. And so that was part of that dream. And we also, we really do live off all the wild game. Like, thankfully our freezer's full of elk and deer right now, but we don't really buy any meat from the grocery store other than some bacon and chicken every once in a while. So
gotta have my bacon.
Yeah.
We just butchered a hog today.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I've raised one. We've thought about it, but I don't know. It's spaced here. We have neighbors pretty close. So, but maybe in the future.
The thing about them is they'll eat any junk scraps you got.
Yep.
That's a good point. Yep.
One other question I want to ask you all. Have you noticed how much easier mule care is than horse care?
Yeah, it's way easier. Like, I don't know. I'm sure mules can get like ulcers and all kinds of things, but man, they don't seem to need all the stuff like horses do. Clyde's colicked on us a couple times. He's also got eye ulcer that we had to take him in for. He just thankfully gas colicked the times he did. But other than that, knock on wood, I don't think we've had any vet calls for our mules.
No, they're hardy, man. Especially like, I don't know, you're more of an expert on this than we are for sure, but I feel like the ones that like lean a little more towards the donkey side, like my Riata mule and our Josie Appaloosa mule, I feel like they're just like the toughest critters out there. They got hard hooves, they got strong guts. It's like, I don't know, they're just like, they're cool animals, and I think they're just tougher, it really seems like it.
And I'll say, like, they're, as far as our toughness goes, but just being kind of gritty, like Clyde, he ended up, so we did a Tyvan's Mule Week, and he had a huge abscess blow out of his foot. And man, I noticed he was a little sore during, but he also didn't have shoes on, and walking across the gravel, he was a little ouchy, but he had a huge abscess blow out of his foot. And I mean, he still performed. He still tried his best. And I've had horses in the past that they would have just been done. There's no way they would have gone out there and done that. And so I just feel like they have an extra little bit of just that toughness and that grittiness to them than horses do. A lot of horses anyway.
I'm glad you said that, Jason, because a lot of people don't understand. A mule is a mule, but there is a difference. There are more donkey mules and there's more horse type mules.
Yep.
Majorly.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, because we always wondered, like, it feels like it, even down to like their hair feels a little more donkey like, but it's like we kind of thought that, but we don't have the numbers of mules that you've gone through. So that's interesting that you feel the same way.
Yeah.
Have you
Clyde's definitely. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Have you run across any hennies yet?
No, we haven't actually. Do you deal with them at all?
No. I don't want none of them. But some people swear by them. Like if you get a good henny, you got a good one. But some of you folks may not know, so I'll tell you. But a mule is a male donkey and a female horse cross. A henny is a stud horse and a donkey female cross. It's backwards. So that's not a mule. That's a henny. But no, I'm not. But I can spot one.
Yeah. I've never seen one.
The only one I've seen was when I was younger, and it was a mini henny, a miniature donkey, mini horse stud. And so it was a little mini henny, but yeah.
You ever seen a mule have a baby?
No. Well, only on the internet I saw pictures, but that's it.
It can happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
If you Google mule baby, Danville, Kentucky, that's the town north of me, about 30 miles. Back 10 years ago or something, a little mini horse or mini mule had a baby.
No way. I'm going to look it up. That's so cool.
The news channel come out and reported it and did a story on it and everything.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild, but it can happen.
Yeah. We did a little short on, I don't remember that Molly's name.
I don't either. It was from Colorado though.
And she had she ended up breeding with a jack and had a baby, and it ended up, I think it slipped on the ice and they had to put it down or something, but they genetically tested it and it was her foal. Wow. They came out in the morning and there's this baby next to this Molly. But we did a little short on that story, and this was from like 2007 or something like that. It was a long time ago, but anyway, a bunch of people told us that in like college, some genetic class, they had heard anywhere from like 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 13,000 or something like that can have a foal. But how many are really exposed, and so who knows, but
it's crazy it's crazy how mules are and the difference in horses. I see it every day and I notice it. Like, I just bought a donkey for my son. He's 3 years old. Yeah. And one of my good friends, John, friend, all our customers are our friends now. Yeah. He had a little 12-hand riding donkey named Lewis. And he's a cool dude. He's gelded. And his son kind of outgrew it. And he called me and said, "Would you want to buy Lewis for your son maybe?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I'll take him." So we had him shipped in, and I unloaded him off the trailer last night and put him in a stall down here in the barn by the house. And there was old alfalfa laying in there the horses didn't eat, laying all over the stall. So I went out and got a new flake of alfalfa and threw it in there for him, filled his water. He would not touch that new alfalfa. Green and beautiful. We just got the load from Montana on the semi. Fresh, nice. He was eating all that old alfalfa.
Really?
Yes. They'll eat anything a horse won't.
Yeah, that's handy.
And like in a pasture here in Kentucky, we get weeds like you wouldn't believe. Thistles and ragweeds and all kinds of junk. Them donkeys and mules will clean up what a horse won't eat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They sure will. They're tough. I mean, they're just tough. Tougher than nails. But
yeah,
that's cool.
We were just down in Wickenburg, Arizona, and there's burros that run around out there, and I don't know what the heck they eat out there, but there's not much of anything out there, and they're just fat and happy and doing great. So it's pretty amazing.
It's impressive. It really is impressive.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Stephen, if you don't mind,
yes,
before we move
ahead.
on. So you sell horses and mules. Like if a customer came to you and they're like, which is better for me? Like, what situation is a horse better that you're selling, and what situation is a mule better that you're selling? You know what I mean?
I get that question every day.
Okay.
Customers call, should I buy a horse or should I buy a mule?
Yeah.
And here's the answer. This is the best way to put it. It depends on the horse or mule you're trying to buy.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
And your level of experience.
Yeah.
There's good people and there's bad people. There's good mules and there's bad mules. There's good horses and there's bad horses. A good one's a good one and always be a good one.
Yeah.
And like if I got beginners wanting to buy and they want to buy a mule, I'll encourage it. Yeah. If I've got the right mule for a beginner. And same way with a horse.
Yeah.
It's the same. I mean, it don't really matter which one's better. It's what's going to work for that person.
Yeah, gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
Comes down to the individual person and the individual equine.
But if you got a mule person and they love mules, you ain't going to get them to buy no horse no matter what.
It's true. They get in your blood, huh?
I
seen
feel
it.
like the mules versus horses. So if you have a horse that's been through something tough or is, whatever, been handled roughly, had a hard time with something, I feel like it's pretty hard to get them over that. And they can fall back into it a lot easier than a mule that's been through something traumatic. It seems like you get them with a new person and you start working through it and they're just good. Like,
as long as the person knows what they're doing.
yeah, as long as the person that gets them knows what they're doing, you can help them through it. I feel like they don't end up falling back into that as easy. And they just seem like they overcome those kind of things a lot easier than a lot of horses do.
I sold a mule to a young lady in Brevard, North Carolina a month ago. I don't know how old the girl is. She's a young girl. She runs a trail riding business down there in the Appalachian Mountains.
Oh, cool.
She always wanted a mule. Well, I didn't have a riding mule for her that was trained to ride. But I had an older 14-year-old Molly mule that was pretty gentle. She drove real good, but she was standoffish, like we couldn't catch her.
Yeah.
And the reason we couldn't is we didn't take time to spend time with her and bond with her because we're so busy.
Yep.
And we ain't got time to go out there and rub a mule's neck all day. And, we don't have the time to put into it and we can't do it.
Yep.
So I sold her to her for a real cheap price. And I said, Ree, you take this mule home. You become its friend. I said, you bond with it. You keep it up and you bond with it. And I said, you spend time with her. You show her who loves her. I said, you'll get away with anything with that mule.
Yeah.
She listened to me. She sent me a video one day about 2 weeks ago of her out there rubbing on her and her neck in the pasture and feeding her hay out of her hand. She spent time with it every day, multiple times a day. And yesterday, or day before or something, she sent me a video with a big smile on her face with that mule walking right behind her every step she made.
Yeah.
And I said, I told you.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I mean, they sense it and they know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once you buddy up with a mule and you become a mule's friend, you got a friend.
Yeah. That's so true. I think that is one thing that separates them from horses is once they do connect with you. I guess a lot of horses do too, but for me, when you connect with that mule, it is like a deep relationship that you can build with them.
And also, it's just a mule thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It takes a mule to own a mule.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
You gotta think a little muley.
Yeah.
And it works. And, it's beat into my head that a mule is the only thing that's all I don't even care about a horse. I mean, I sell them and I we have to, I sell horses to people and horses are cool. I like them, but mules are my preference. And when new horses come in, I just don't get excited.
Yeah.
It's just another horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time a new mule I'm getting comes in, I'm fired up. I can't handle it. I love it. I love mules, and that's just the way I am. But some people hate them.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting. I don't get people that hate mules. I get people that want to go fast or enjoy cutting horses and stuff. But people that are like, I don't like those nasty mules. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why don't you? I judge the person.
Well, there's good and bad in all.
Yeah, that's true.
A horse can kick your head just like a mule can kick your head.
Yep.
A mule may kick a little bit harder.
And more accurate.
Yeah, a lot more accurate. But it's an old man down the road here, about 40, 50 mile. Kenny Thompson, shout out to you, Kenny, if you're listening. I don't know if you are or not, but he may be. You can't never tell. A mule kicked him in the head.
Really?
It put his eye out.
Dang. Oh, dang. Yikes.
But a horse could have done it too.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Clyde, when we first got Clyde, I was picking up a front foot and I bent over, picking it out. And I just feel something come up and tap me right in the bill of the hat. And he was picking up the same back leg, same side. his back leg, and he was just going tunk, tunk, tunk on my hat with that back foot. And I was like, buddy. And I was like, I don't even think a horse could do that. He's balancing on two legs on the same side, and he didn't want to be mean because he could have, but he didn't. So yeah, I don't know what he was doing.
A lot of people don't understand a mule can see directly behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the mule blinders on driving have to be that big pigeon wing to come all the way around versus a horse just needs a flap.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why the blinders are built different. Sure is.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm going to go to bed, I think. I'm pretty tired.
I don't blame you, Stephen. It's late back there.
That's the only time I get to record them. We're just so busy. I have to fit it in when I can. And I'm trying my best to have this podcast every Saturday at 11 a.m.
You're doing, let me tell you before you go, you're doing a great job. I looked at your podcasts today, and you can tell you're putting in the effort. You're consistent. And I mean, this just shows, I don't know what time it is back there, but it's probably, very late, 10:30 or something. I don't know.
10:46.
After working all day, and your hard work is showing. So keep it up, Stephen. Like, it's an honor to be on here, and it's an honor to get to kind of meet you. Hopefully we'll meet you in real life one of these days.
Oh yeah, y'all got to get out to our barbecue. Come out and hang out and ride horses and mules and see Kentucky. Have you ever been to Kentucky?
No, I've never been.
No, I don't think I've ever been. Maybe at an airport once. That was it. This
is the horse capital of the world.
Yeah.
They say that like that, the horse capital of the world. That's what they But it is. It's Road to the Horse is awesome. You all would love that too, to come to that.
That would be awesome.
We should next year. That would be a blast. Yeah.
Fly into Lexington and go.
Yeah.
There's so much here to do. The horse races here are awesome too.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to watch.
And the mule races in Lynchburg, Tennessee are fun too.
Yeah.
They have a circle. They got a mile-long circle track, and they race mules around it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
At the fair.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of mules here too. You would love it. So you really,
awesome.
If you come here though, you may want to bring a trailer. You may buy some.
I know. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
That we can buy mules. We thought about that, going and buying some mules and bringing them back, but I don't know. Not here. We need bigger property, but yeah.
All right. Tell them one more time all of your contacts, social media, if you have them, YouTube, and how they find you.
Yeah. So it's just Mountain Built, but it's MTN, Mountain Built. And that's on Instagram, Facebook now. YouTube is where we spend most of our time and effort and try to respond to the most comments and stuff like that. YouTube is kind of our home base, and then we spread out from there. But yep, just Mountain Built. Or if you like hunting, then Mountain Built Hunts. And
you all do sell some merch too.
Yeah, we just got back into it. So yeah, what is our website called?
mountainbuiltmerch.com.
Yep.
So yeah, pretty simple, and same mtnbuiltmerch.com. So yeah, we have some stuff. We'll have some new designs coming out. We're working with a new company. We're trying that out. So hopefully we'll get some stuff back in stock and sell that. So.
All right, guys, get on there and reach out to them and tell them you heard them on Harness Up Podcast, and I'm sure they'll be happy to hear from you. Thank you all for coming on. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you, Stephen.
Thank you.
God bless both of y'all, and thank you all for listening, because without the listeners out there, we'd have no reason to even do this. So we appreciate each and every one of you. Check us out on the World Wide Web at www.drafthorsesandsmulesforsale.com. Also, we're all across all social media under Haste Draft Horses and Mules. Thank you all. Until the next one, God bless you, and we'll see you soon.
As another captivating episode of Harness Up with Haste Draft Horses and Mules draws to a close, we extend our sincere gratitude to our listeners for joining us on this enlightening journey. We hope today's discussions have deepened your appreciation and understanding of these magnificent creatures. Remember, the adventure continues beyond this podcast. Stay connected with us on social media and share your stories. For more information and to explore further, visit drafthorsesandsmulesforsale.com. Thank you for being part of our community. Until next time, keep harnessing your curiosity and passion for these God-given creatures. Farewell for now.